Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with My Hero Academia. Last time on My Hero Academia, we had Bizarre! Gran Torino appears. So, we pretty much got the first day of the internship. So, we saw everyone, how they were doing, which was pretty cool. But we also mainly focused on Midoriya and his internship with Gran Torino, where basically Midoriya was trying to learn how he could truly use One for All. And eventually he realized that he's been doing it wrong, basically, all this time. What he's been doing is, when he needs to attack, he turns on One for All and then uses it at 100% of his power. However, that's not how he needs to do it. What he needs to do is leave the power on through the entire battle. So he turns the power on for his entire body, which spreads the power all over. So it's not 100% into his finger. It's, well, less. Definitely less than that. But he leaves it on the whole time, and he can basically react faster. So, that was pretty much where we left it. So it'll be interesting to see how we keep going with this new idea in this episode. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. This is also where I say that if you want to watch my reaction to this episode of My Hero Academia, unfortunately it is not in this video due to copyright reasons, so what you gotta do is head down in the description or to the pinned comment on this video. There'll be a link there. You click it, and that'll take you to the edited reaction, the reaction highlight as I sometimes call it. Where basically the footage is in the corner. It's all edited nice and good, so you can go there, you can watch it, hopefully you have a good time, and when you're done with that, you can pop right back over here to this YouTube video for the discussion, which is always important that you do that. So with that being said, we might as well get right into this episode of My Hero Academia. Here we go. Oh, this is not a good. This is not a good. Not a good. Oh. He needs backup. He needs backup. Now, granted, he can take on Stain now because, Stain was about to kill someone. So, yeah, I feel like he has every right to do it now, but at the same time, he needs backup. He needs backup. I hope All Might can get there. I hope All Might can get there. I hope Midoriya can get there. I hope Gran Torino can get there. I hope everyone can get there. I hope Todoroki can get there. I hope everyone can get there to take on Stain and the Nomus. Nomus. Multiple Nomus. Nomu wasn't a one-off. There are many Nomus. But that's why Shigaraki would be even more proud of them. They are his creations, basically. I assume that he was the one that created them. And man, if there are multiples there, that's going to be tricky. Now, granted, are they as strong as the original Nomu? The first Nomu? Because the first Nomu could trade blows with All Might, but in the end, All Might was still stronger. Are the three new Nomus as powerful? I don't know. Because, first off, Gran Torino could start to take on. Gran Torino could trade blows with one of them. I would assume Midoriya can too. Oh boy, I don't know. Okay. We should go into the notes. Okay, let's go into the notes. The first thing I wrote down was 3 minutes. So, continuing on in Midoriya's training, he needed to land a hit within 3 minutes. I thought that was clever. You know, I like the way that he is getting trained. Honestly, of them all, he's probably getting trained the most out of everyone in their internships. But he needs to train the most, because he needs to, properly use his quirk, He needs to properly use One for All. So, that was interesting. I did like that. I did write down day two of the internships. So, with day 2, we had Midoriya still struggling to keep up with Gran Torino. I like that Gran Torino can still, he's still pretty powerful, even in his old age. So, I did like that. We had Uraraka training with Gunhead, keeping up the physical, side of it. So, she's probably getting, next to Midoriya, she's also getting pretty good physical training. Kirishima and Tetsu they're just making tea right now for Fourth Kind. Let's see. Poor Bakugo got his hair combed, and he kind of had the Dragon Ball evolution. It just spiked back up naturally. So he definitely picked the wrong internship, and he said that too. Yaoyorozu and Kendo are just sort of the entourage for the Snake Hero. I do like, Yaoyorozu being like, oh, there has to be a lesson in here somewhere. And Kendo just being like, oh, the poor girl's in denial. Oh, they are cute, I have to say. So yeah, that was pretty much what we got for that. So I did like that, seeing more of everyone's training. We didn't get everyone, absolutely everyone, but we did get some people. The next thing I wrote down was Nomu. So Nomu was just some ordinary thug, but his DNA was basically spliced with multiple other people's, and that is basically how he became, this giant bird, basically. This giant buff bird guy, which is interesting, and the detective said, it's possible that because doing that would not give him multiple quirks, because he does have multiple quirks, He does have multiple quirks. Because even Shigaraki said that last season, one of his powers is shock absorption. One of his powers. And it's the overloading of the multiple quirks and the DNA that means his body, his brain can't process anything on its own. Which is why, he responds to orders from Shigaraki, but, when he was taken in by the police, they easily took him in because he doesn't attack basically on his own. He needs orders from Shigaraki. So that was interesting. And the only way that he could have multiple quirks now is if someone it was their quirk to give other quirks to people, which freaked the fuck out of All Might to the point, he went to his All Might form again, just saying like, no, he can't be back. It can't be him. So that was the next thing I wrote down, was just him. Who is him? I just wrote down him because all he said is it can't, he can't be back, can he? So I wrote down him. Of course, writing down just him makes me think of him from the Powerpuff Girls. Him. Him always freaked me out when I was a kid. I was like, that dude is fucking scary. I hope you guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to Google and type in him Powerpuff Girls. It was this weird Tim Curry demon thing. I don't know. It was crazy. It's like if you took Tim Curry from Rocky Horror and made him a demon. That's what it was. Ugh, it was always terrifying. But anyway. So yeah, we're definitely going to need to know more about that. I wrote down Stain. So we did get... Stain's quirk is that he can freeze a person completely. Which honestly explains why, for a guy that just goes around with swords, he's able to kill so many heroes. Because he can freeze them where they stand. So I do like that. It's kind of like, I suppose it's kind of like Eraserhead, because, you know, I've kind of noticed, you know, he does sort of have, you know, with the waving scarves and everything, it does sort of resemble Eraserhead. Just, you know, obviously there are a lot of differences with his design, but it is sort of like that, where it's like, you know, he can disable a quirk. Well, for Stain, I don't know if he needs to look at the person, you know, keep his eyes open at all times, but you know, but he can just freeze a person. That's his quirk, basically. So that was interesting, and we did get, you know, the battle of sort of philosophies between Stain and Shigaraki, which was interesting. Just watching the two of them try to work off each other, basically. And yeah, the two of them not liking each other, or not wanting to really help each other, you know? It is sort of the opposite. You know, this episode is called Midoriya and Shigaraki, and honestly, they are parallels. Midoriya is a parallel to Shigaraki, and so because of that, Stain is now he's now a parallel to Gran Torino, technically. But the difference is where, you know, Midoriya wants to learn from wants to learn from Gran Torino, and, you know, takes all his, you know, knowledge and teachings to heart, and adapts with his quirk and everything. Shigaraki, on the other hand, is saying, well, this guy's stupid, you know, let me send in all my bird dudes, basically. So there is an ideological difference between them, and there is a difference between Midoriya and Shigaraki. So I thought that was interesting. I wrote down patrol. They were gonna go on patrol. Dang it, we almost got it. They were gonna go out on a patrol. Okay, is it Hosu or Husu? I think it's Hosu. Let me check. It's Hosu. Okay, not Husu. So they were going to go on a patrol. Now, they said, what was it? Shibuya in Tokyo? I think they said that's where they were actually going, but they were passing by Hosu City. And, you know, Midoriya was trying to get in contact with Ida, but he just wasn't answering. And then that's when it's like, oh, there's, you know, a building basically just exploded, you know? And that's when, you know, that one hero is knocked into the train by the one Nomu. So, whoever that guy was, the poor guy that, you know, luckily he was saved by Gran Torino. And I like that Gran Torino, he can still, you know, move. He can still fight crime. And he went in and immediately started to take on that Nomu. But yeah, that is one of the biggest twists, is that, so not only, you know, do we get sort of origins, you know, we get an explanation of Nomu, our Nomu, the original Nomu, but we also get that Nomu wasn't the only Nomu, you know? Shigaraki has multiple Nomus, basically. So, oh man, that is, it's crazy, man. It is crazy. So yeah, it will be interesting to see where we go next episode with the multiple Nomus that they have to face, and with Ida taking on Hero Killer Stain and taking on the name Engenium. Oh, I don't know. I don't want Ida to die. I don't think he will, but he's definitely going to need to be saved, basically. Either by, I mean, right now, the closest heroes we know of to him are Midoriya and Gran Torino. So, yeah, I don't know, but that's going to be crazy. So yeah, that's pretty much it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of My Hero Academia reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.